Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Adatus Daily. This is your first time coming to this channel. Please click the subscribe button because I have a lot of good stuff for you. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back to watch my videos. It means so much to me. So this afternoon I'm going to be talking about the children going back to school. Like, I'm so excited that these children are going back to school. Like, how did you guys cope this long break? Especially parents that are not working, they're full-time at home with the kids. How did you guys cope? Because when I go to work and it's still a whole lot. Like, how did you cope? From the extra eating to the extra demand, settling quarrels, settling fights, they not sleeping early, waking up very late and all that. It's a whole lot. Like, I'm so excited. In some 5 days the kids are going back to school, so they're going back to new classes. They're very anxious, they've missed their teachers and all that, and we the parents are so happy. Like, I don't know for you, but me, I'm very, very happy. Anyways, I'm making okra. So I just finished making the stew. I've cut the okra. As you can see, this is how I cut it round, then I later mesh it. Then before then, okay, let me pour it in, then I'll introduce something to you. So I want to introduce something I got on Temu to you guys. So I'm sure you must have seen in some of my videos. So this is a container that I use to keep my tea bags. I love it so much. So I take a lot of teas, like not coffee, like tea. So I put my tea bags here. As you can see, I have different types. This is chamomile tea, this is chai tea, this is ginger and lemon. I have another one, but it's just very, very convenient to put it in and then you seal it up and you keep it in the cabinet. So I have another one that I put my ingredients. This one houses my cooking spices. Like, I have some flavors I got from Nigeria when I'm making my zobo drinks. These ones, they're all here. And I have this this one iru locust beans. It's here. So it houses a lot of things for me, and it's so convenient, and I just slip it into my drawer. If it's something you're interested in buying, you can go to Temu. I'll put the link in my description box. I got 3, I think, or 4, and it's really, really helpful for me if you're like a kind of person that likes aesthetics, you know. So check my description box for the link and get yourself one. All right, so before I continue, let me just put it back. It just goes right into its place, and that's all. Okay, yeah, this is the other one. I put noodles in them, spaghetti inside. All right, so talking about these children that are going back to school, like, personally, my own kids are excited. In fact, my son was crying when they vacated because he said he was going to miss his teacher. He likes his teacher, Mrs. Teasing. He really loves that lady. I like her too. She's really, really nice. He was crying that he was going to miss her. And the last day he came from school, when he came back from the school bus, he was crying. I'm like, what happened? Who be too? They say he's missing his teacher and all that. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. I relate with him. And my other kids, they were like, oh, they miss their teacher. They don't know who the new teacher will be. They told them who the new teacher is going to be, actually. They've introduced the new teachers to them, but they are all like, they don't know if they'll like them. They don't know if the teacher is going to be as nice as the previous one, blah, 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 and all that. Well, so we moved to a new house, and my kids go to they go to school with school bus, actually. So before we got this house, we're like, number one, my kids had already warned us, especially our first kids, that they don't want to change school because getting a house over here depends on, you have to think about the children's school if you're getting a house. So where the school has a lot of determining factor on the house. So if you get a house and the perimeter is out of the school, a particular school, then they go to the next school closer to the house. So if you're moving houses, it's something you should consider. So that's why we didn't, when we're looking for house, we didn't go that far. We're just looking for it within where we're renting before. So what was I trying to say? They use school bus, and we also wanted them to take school bus to their school when we get a new house. So luckily for us, the house we got is they will still go to the same school, and then they'll still be going with school bus. And one very interesting thing about these guys here is how very, very organized they are. So this is the second time it's happening. So the first one was when we were renting, when we just came in. At the beginning of a new session, the bus driver that will be picking your kids at that particular area will come to introduce themselves before school resumes, like a week before school resumes. They go all through the street where they're going to pick kids, knock on the door, give them some papers. I have this one here, transportation guide. Like they just put rules and regulations. They tell the parents, okay, I'm going to be I'm going to be the driver. This is where the children will meet. They will all meet in a particular place, and I'll pick them from here. Just interact with them. They did it the first time, the first session they joined, and then they came in again 2 days ago, about 3 days ago. And this time around, it's going to be a male driver. The first one was a lady. He's going to be a male driver, and he came to introduce himself, that he's Mr. Groening, Mr. Grinder, and he gave his phone number, and he gave the time when he's going to pick them in the morning, 8:16, and the drop-off time and all that. So it's so really organized. Like, I marvel at the way everything just works simply here. And it's just baffling to me. Just decided to talk about it. Mr. Green. I'm saying groining here. Oh, so the O is silent. Please. Don't say that, please. It's greening. Greening. But I can say the name Groe. That's just how to spell it. So it's the O is silent. If O is silent, why is O in the name? Well, that's a weird thing to say. Mommy. Some things are silent. I'm talking about you guys' resumption. So are you happy to resume school? Of course I am. I don't like school. You don't like school since when? Even in the car today, you're telling me you're excited to go to school. Anyways, no, I said I was excited to go to school because of my friends. I just don't like school. School sucks. It's bad. Easy, what are you doing? So I'm going to cut off that part. Thank you. So can you shift? I'm talking about school. I don't want any interruption. Mommy, so I'm asking Ize, are you excited to go back to school? Yeah, I am. Okay, and you're going to what grade now? 6. Grade what? 6. Yeah. So she's going to grade 6. My son is going to grade 3. Adaiza, and you're going to what grade? 8. Grade 8. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. So about when they were on break, actually, I just wake up. I go to work 8:30. I'm supposed to report work 8:30. So I wake up sometimes 7:45 or 7:30. I just take care of myself because they're sleeping. Definitely, they sleep very late. So by the time I go to work, they're still in Wonderland sleeping. So I wake up 7:30, prepare myself, and just go to work. I don't do anything about them. But now that school is resuming, I have to go back to waking up 6 o'clock, wake them up, prepare lunch for them because we give them lunch to school, prepare lunch for them, pack their bags, wake them up, scream, shout, get them out of the house to the school bus, and they leave. So usually when they are going to school, that is when, as soon as the bus just leaves, that's when I kick my car and I go to work, because now the school bus is going to pick them 8:16, and that is usually the time I leave for work, because from work to my house is like 6 minutes drive. So I usually leave within that time. So it's going to be a lot of work, actually, waking up early, preparing them, screaming, because at 6, if I wake up 6 during holidays, I'm going back to bed. I'm waking up 7:30 to go to work, but this time I have to wake up 6. Then I have to now start prepping them on how to sleep early, because they sleep. What time did you sleep last night? I woke up around 3 a.m. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I had them, they were still up, all 3 of them. all still up. That's usually the time they sleep. Please put it back and take my bag back. Put it back in my bag. Zip it up. Zip it up. So that is usually the time. So now I have to prep them to sleep early. I have started already. Where is this thing for meshing? Did you take it from the dishwasher? So where is it now? For meshing okra. He said, come here. Where did you displace anything? That spoon that is bent, that you stand it and be meshing things. You washed it. Where did you put it? Here. Check that place there. Maybe you packed everything there. Check that last drawer. Be careful with my phone. I better go and look for something from my food is doing this thing. Ah, don't hit my phone, no. Abba. What color is it? When I should go up, I'm making video. Go up. Come and carry my purse up. That's what I told you. That one. Okay, so I'm done with my stew and okra. So what was I saying? So I have to go back to waking up early, which is not a problem for me. Like I'm fine. Let them just come and be going to school. And again, I just want them to they've like I try to engage them, like remembering things they learned in school, but it's not that easy. The break looks so long. They should go back to. Who is singing in the bush? Yeah. So one other thing I'm yet to do, I'm yet to buy their I'm yet to buy their back to school stuff. So usually their back to school um list is in their report sheet and when they vacate they include it together. Like but I've been able to buy some things off Temu. I bought some from Temu, I bought some from Dolorama and some from Walmart. So I'm going to conclude everything for the three of them. I have to buy everything like they need it to resume school. Headphones, crayons, pens, this file for holding their notes and all that, all those stuff. I'm yet to do all that, but yeah. And again, to new parents, like parents that just migrated to Canada and they came in during the summer, the children are not yet in school and they're anxious to resume school now. Yeah, they're going to really have fun. The school over here is all fun, I tell you. It's not like back home. I'm talking for people coming from Nigeria. It's not as serious. It's not that serious. Like school is very, very fun. Somebody is singing what I don't know. There's a bush here, but somebody is singing. I'm sure some kids are behind. So school is like child's play for them in this place. So if you are a kind of parent back home that your children have different lessons that they attend when they close from school, they do this, they do that one, just pipe down because they're in for a role. Like actually those ones that are still going to be in elementary school, like that's still going to be below grade 9. Forget it, those children are just going to catch cruise in school. So when we came, my kids were, of course, they had to go back one step. My first child that was going to JS1, that had started JS1, had to go back to grade 6, which is like class 6. The one going to primary 5 had to go back to grade 4, and my son that was already going to grade 2 had to start from grade 1. They had no problem with that because we had already known before coming, and they had no problem about it. But some parents still find it very hard to understand or to accept. If you're bringing your kids to another country, you have to follow their rules and regulations. They use age. Back home, education is a big deal. Like, I usually say, like, it's aggressive. Like, you see a small child. Like, when my first daughter is in when she was in JS1, you need to see her school bag, you need to see the textbooks, you need to see how serious everything was. Like, but coming back here, nothing. Carry that school bag and check what is inside. It's things that have to do with their hobbies, just fun, you know. I learned when they advance, when they go to high school, it's usually more serious, but those ones in below grade 9, it's just a child's play. So be ready for your child to come down one class, and school is going to be fun for them. They are going to love it. Most children enjoy their new school, except the unfortunate ones. I don't say unfortunate ones, like the ones that face one form of bullying or one form of the R word in school, which is very, very mild, very, very, very mild. Personally not, I've personally heard about bullying and the R word, the racism thing, but it is very, very not common. So try as much as possible, monitor your children, monitor their moods when they're going to school, monitor their moods when they're coming back home. Are they anxious to go to school? Are they reluctant to go to school? That's a signal, that's a sign that something is not right in school. And be fast about it, like nip it in the bud. If there's something you notice about your child not loving school, because school is supposed to be fun for them, then nip it in the bud. Report, ask your children, get to the root of the matter and know what's up with them. That is for new parents. And even for parents that already have children, let's be vigilant about them. Ask questions, try to interact with their teachers, try to attend their school programs. Is very important, no matter how insignificant it is, no matter how short the period is, no matter how. They usually give notice ahead of time. If you're a kind of person that has flexibility in your job, or you could give a notice of, okay, like you just give notice to your boss or to your manager, like, in 2 weeks time I want to go off for so and so. Anything that has to do with your child, it's like it's approved. You can go. Just give notice depending on your nature of your job. Like my job, I could do less than 24 hours notice. I can, even that day I can, but just like to interrupt one or two things. But it's always advisable to give notice, but always try to attend it. And if possible, one thing I want to do is to be part of the school, like the PTA stuff, like to be like a volunteer in the school, because I have 3 children in one school. Like, I need my voice supposed to be heard. I need to be able to represent my type of people, immigrant parents. I need to be able to voice in my opinions and all that, and they really appreciate such. They look for volunteers and all that. So yeah, that is something I look forward to doing in this session. I try to attend their program. My husband is always very busy. Whatever program they are having, I'm there. Whatever it is, that even though you go there and see only 5 parents, you'll be very sure to see me there. So I try as much as possible, even though sometimes it's not easy. So yeah. And again, one thing I want to talk about is parents that are just coming in again. And any parent that you know that is coming in, like if you're bringing in your relative, you're bringing in your people to Canada. I'm talking of Manitoba. I don't really know much about other provinces. Try as much as possible for the school, for the body that is in charge of welcoming immigrants. Like in Winkler here, I don't know for Manitoba, I'll try and look for it. I don't know for Winnipeg, sorry. I'll try to look for the body that welcomes immigrants. Over here in Winkler, we call them the regional connections. They're the ones that you go to, they welcome you into the society, they register your kids, they all these childcare benefits, all those things, they'll help you to settle in and all that. Try to make sure they are the ones that settle your children in school. Go to them. They should be your first point of call. They're the ones that do your registration for SIN. No, SIN is from Service Canada. But after then, they're the ones you meet in your locality. Make sure they're the ones that help you settle your child in school. You get why. Like in Winkler here, I didn't know. For me, it was my relative that welcomed my children and went to get appointment in the school and got them the school where they are in. I didn't know. That is why I'm saying it now to other people. Make sure they are the ones. If they are coming to Winkler or to Winnipeg or any of these small communities, look for the body that is in charge of immigrant. They should be the one to register your children in school. So the reason is because, and which I didn't know, is because recently I have friends that work in the regional connections, and I got to know that they get some kind of grant from the government about some grants from government for the children that come into the community. Like in Winkler, they get grant from the government to settle them in. They take them to parks. They organize programs to them. They even go to their school to visit them, to have interactions with them. How are they settling in? They organize a lot of stuff. Like now, in this summer, they enrolled the children that just came in. They enrolled them in swimming classes, and it was just because they did not have like enough people to enroll, because the program happens during school, during working hours. It happens Monday to Friday. So sometimes they enroll your children in a program, they expect you to bring them and you're working. So the interest was not a lot. So I was able to get a slot because there was still slots remaining. So I was able to get slot for my three children, because just because there was still slot enough available. But look at it, swimming classes, just 5 days, it's like maybe 100 and something dollar to get your child to learn for 5 days. It's very expensive. But this regional connection are doing it free for children, for immigrants that come in. Not only for children, they help you when, like, especially people coming from other countries that don't speak English. They register them in English programs, they teach them for free, they help them to interpret, they help them to do their CVs. Even people that speak English too, you can go to them. You're looking for a job, they have their department that help you to make your CV depending on the job you want to do. They virtually welcome you into the country. So don't do it yourself, especially for your children. They benefit so much from the government because government gives them grants. Use this one to settle children. So they do a lot of things. Like in this summer, they did a lot of programs from there for them. Football, they even go on trips, they go on a lot of things. So that is an advice for people. I did not benefit from it. And I got this information because I have friends that work in regional connection, and I got to know that these services are free. And it's so good that even when you say you cannot go, they can get taxis to come pick your children from home and drop them back. Just say yes, you want. And they're going to arrange taxis to pick them up and drop them off in whatever program that they're having. So it's really convenient for people. So what I want to talk about again about returning to school, one thing I dread about it is that cooking part, like cooking lunch to them. That is still one shocker for me, because I thought when I was coming to Canada, they are going to have lunch prepared for children. Maybe you just pay something and then children go to school just with their bags and then they eat food in school. No, you have to cook food for them. I don't know if it's only Winkler or if it's only Manitoba. Please let me know in the comment section. Is there any other province where they cook food for children in school, so that I will just pack my load and go there? That early morning cooking, I don't like it. Like, I don't mind cooking, but the idea of what to cook. And the annoying thing is that you will now cook food, and these wonderful children will bring it back home, spoiled already. Like, it was in school for like 8 hours in their food flags, of course. You can't even eat it again. Why didn't you eat your food? So sometimes they eat everything, but most times they do not. Especially when I cook serious food and put inside. If it's all this junk burger and they'll eat it up. And I want to make them to eat healthy. So that's one thing I don't like about it, but fine. So I've been able to also buy. One thing that happens here again is that they go to school in mufti. So it is expected that in the beginning of the school session, you get new clothes for them. You get new clothes for them. That is something most parents do. That is why you see a lot of donations. Like, you just see a parent pack all the children's clothes, pack everything, go donate it maybe in the thrift store or somewhere and buy new clothes for them, because these children wear mufti to school every day, you know. So 5 days in a week, they can't be wearing old clothes that they were wearing before. So that is one thing they do again, to buy school bags, new shoes, new everything, new session, new, so that is, I've started doing that. I bought some new clothes for them, but I'm still going to do that. I still have 5 days to conclude on that. So what are you doing for your children to resume school? Like, are you excited for them to resume? And for children back home, Nigeria, it's the same everywhere. Like children back home, anybody watching from back home, your children are about to resume. I go to Facebook, I see children saying, parents saying they can't wait for their children to resume school because of the whole stress of staying at home with them. They eat a lot. My son will just come and open the freezer. Bam. He will just look. What is in this freezer for me to devour? What is there to eat? You just carry and eat it. Like, they should even come and go to school. Within that 8 hours, the house should feel peace. The freezer should feel peace. And when they come back, they'll continue from there. Then settling fights. Nene did this, Adeza hit me, Ize did this, she did not say sorry. Screen time, watching too much TV, too much time on their phone. It's the same everywhere. It's not easy anyway. I'm happy for you guys. School is resuming. Over here, they're resuming on 5th of September. For back home, I think they're resuming. I spoke with my cousins and they said it's 15th or something like that. Yeah. And one weird thing before I end this video is that this place, they resume school on Thursday or on Friday. What's that? Why are you resuming school in the end of a week? Like back home, we resume on Monday, fresh Monday. But here, even last session, they resumed on a Wednesday. This time around, 5th of September is on a Thursday, or is it Friday? That is when they are resuming. Who does that? Like who brought this system? Monday is usually the beginning of the week. All my children now resume school on Thursday. What, how many days is remaining? Like that's also one shock. Man, this country. Anyway, I'm happy they're resuming school. They love school. They're excited. I hope their new teachers will be as nice. They're all nice, but I hope they'll be extra nice, nicer than the ones we experienced. They were all good. They're really nice, very patient people. And you guys are doing education assistants, education assistant. How are you doing it? Like teaching other people's children. I'll leave my own at home. I'm going to teach other people's children or going to attend to them. I marvel at you guys. How do you do it? I mean, I love children, but I cannot. I don't have the strength to teach or to look after them. Or when I have three, my three is like 1 dozen already. So I marvel at you guys. I'm excited for you guys. I know you're happy to go back to work and all that. All right, thanks for listening to this video up to this point. If you did watch up to this point, just conclude it by liking this video. Just click the like button and subscribe if you're yet to subscribe, because there's a lot of good stuff coming your way. Bye.